Hi everyone, I'm Lily. I'm 8. Today I'm going to read a story. The title of the story is Sammy Stuffit. When Sammy was young, what is it about stuff? It seemed no one can get enough of it. He wants bigger stuff, he wants faster stuff, and he wants fancier stuff. He just seemed to want more and more stuff. There wasn't anyone who liked stuff more than Sammy. Stuffit. He began collecting stuff when he was 5, and he never quit collecting it. He just kept getting more stuff, and he keeps stashing it away. When Sammy got stuff, he stuffed it everywhere. The more he got, the more he stuffed. He didn't use it. Rather, he just stuffed it. He stuffed it here, he stuffed it there, and he stuffed it everywhere. When Sammy was 5, he stuffed stuff in his dresser. He stuffed rocks in his sock drawer. He stuffed baseball cards, stamp and bottle cap in his print drawer. He stuffed toy car and truck in drawers. Soon his drawer was so stuffed he had no room for more stuff. When Sammy turned 6, he stuffed stuff in his closet. He stuffed stuff under his bed. He stuffed stuff in the corners of his room. Soon his room became so stuffed with stuff that there was no room for Sammy. Sammy got older. As Sammy grew, he just got more and more stuff. He stuffed the attic, the basement, the garage with stuff. Stuff was everywhere in and around Sammy's house. Sammy had every game ever made. He didn't have just one of each game, instead he had many of each. He had 16 television, 24 radios, 9 stereos, 32 bicycles. He had thousands of books and CD. He had a computer, had computers, hardware and software. It seemed that there was nothing Sammy didn't have. He had more stuff than anyone else on the planet. Years passed. Sammy got even older. And sold much of his stuff, but they didn't stop Sammy from collecting more stuff. And he never threw anything away. He just got newer stuff to stuff away with his older stuff. Every time Sammy filled one place with stuff, he would buy another place to put more stuff. He bought garages and barns, he bought warehouses and boxcars, and he bought bars and boats, and he stuffed them all with more stuff. When someone asked to borrow some of Sammy's stuff, Sammy refused. He said, "It is my stuff and I want to keep it safe. Besides, if I let someone use my stuff, they might not bring it back. It is my stuff, and I'm going to keep it for myself." Sammy began to wonder. One day, one of Sammy's friends asked, "Sammy, what do you do with all your stuff?" Sammy paused and thought about it. He thought and thought, then scratched his head and thought some more. "So, Sammy, what is it you do with all your stuff?" Sammy's friend asked again. After thinking for a long time, Sammy finally answered. "Nothing," Sammy said. "I do absolutely nothing with my stuff." "Then why do you have so much of it?" Sammy's friend asked. "Because," said Sammy. "Because why?" pressed his friend. Sammy didn't know how to answer. He just blurted out, "Because it makes me happy." "Well, you sure don't seem all that happy," replied Sammy friend. "Besides, how can something you do absolutely nothing would make you happy? Wouldn't all that stuff you have stuffed away make someone who doesn't have much stuff happier than it makes you?" Sammy didn't know how to respond to his friend. He became very frustrated, so he just stomped off. But when his friend said make him think about all his stuff, he began to think that maybe there was truth to what his friend had said. Sammy changes. He thought about how his stuff just sat in drawers, closets, barn house, warehouses, and boxcars. He began to realize that he never used it, and he suddenly came to realize that it was just stuff. So after thinking more and more about his stuff, Sammy made a decision. He decided having so much stuff was silly. Having so much stuff stuffed away was silly. He thought it would make him selfish, and he didn't realize it didn't make him happy. So Sammy gave a little of his stuff to someone who had very little stuff. He saw that the stuff made the person happy, and that made Sammy feel good. So he gave more stuff away, and that made him feel even better. To Sammy's surprise, giving his stuff to others made him happier than having the stuff for himself. Before long, Sammy had given most of his stuff away. He soon became known as Happy Sammy instead of Sammy Stuffit. Why do you think the author wrote this book? To get us to save something. To save things. B, to get us to think about what is really important in our life. B, to get us to be more careful with our stuff. D, to get us to listen to our friend's advice. C, why does Sammy buy garages and barns? A, he liked buildings. B, he wanted to move. C, he needed room for his stuff. D, his friend told him to. C, what was Sammy's problem in this story? A, he had too much stuff. B, he gave away his stuff. C, he had no friends. D, he had too many radios. A, why might it be hard for Sammy to make friends? A, his house is too full of stuff. B, doesn't seem very happy. C, he doesn't let people use his stuff. D, all the above. D, read this sentence. Sammy began collecting stuff when he was 5. A synonym for collecting is A, growing, B, gathering, C, sharing, D, giving, B. What did Sammy do after he gave away a little of his stuff? A, he bought barges and boats. A, he stopped talking to his friend. C, he gave away more stuff. D, he scratched his head. C, how would you describe Sammy when he gave away his stuff? B, A, sad. B, kind. C, angry. D, tall. B. A Sammy Sammy got older, what did he do to solve the problem of having no more rooms? A. He sold some of his stuff. B. He bought a bigger house. C. He bought places where he could store his stuff. D. He lent stuff to people. C. What makes Sammy change his mind about his stuff? B. He listened to A. He realized his stuff wasn't safe. B. He listened to his friend. He listened to what a friend had to say about it. C. He realized he couldn't afford to buy more storage space. D. He wanted to make more use of his stuff. B. Why didn't Sammy let anyone borrow his stuff? A. He was afraid they would wreck it. B. He thought they wouldn't have room for it. C. He thought they didn't like it. D. He thought they might load it on the truck. A.
Yes, you passed. Click on the items
I
with
got
the
9 out
red
of
X
10.
and find.
I got 9 out of 10 correct. The end. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.